Hi everybody. So those of you who follow my videos will have heard me talk about pull-up bars, chin-up bars forever. So I've moved house many times since my childhood. Of course, didn't always have a pull-up bar, but really from maybe the last 20 years, every place I've lived, I've had what I've got here behind me, pull-up bar or chin-up bar, whatever you want to call it. It's quite low in the house I'm in at the moment, but the next video I do where I'm showing you a lot of the moves you can do on a pull-up bar, I'll have it up higher. There's another sort of doorway in the house that I can use that's much higher than this one. So if you have a look at it, you can see that it's this is a simple one that it will expand. Now you probably need a bit of help when you're putting it up like I did to get it up properly, and you can buy them, they're online, you can get them anywhere, and it just expands to pull out whatever shape your door happens to be. First thing you really do need to make sure is that your door frame is stable enough to take it. You don't be pulling down any walls or anything like that. So all I'm going to do with you today then are just a couple of really simple moves. The simplest one you can do is just hang out of the bar. Basic, and then you can do things like shoulder shrugs, which is really good for your shoulders, and then you can do ab work on it by lifting your knees up to your chest. And then what I will then show you, not today but the next day, is how you work on your chin-ups. Like everybody should be able to do a chin-up. We should be able to handle our own body weight. I'm nearly there, not quite there yet, but I can show you how you modify it and how you get there. Simple ways of doing that. So to begin then, so you can just hang out of the bar. So I'm stepping back here, and I've got two cushion things over my bar here, and I just wrap my hands around it. Now, strong grip, really important. So I'm not just hanging on, sort of loosely, I'm really hanging on here. And I'm hanging on particularly with my baby finger. Apparently, I know for a fact, there's a lot of power in your baby finger, particularly. And one of the punishments they used to mete out to Roman gladiators, if they wanted to disable a gladiator, they severed his baby finger. Not his index finger, not his middle finger, not his ring finger, or his thumb, but the baby finger, because that's what gave them the advantage. So, and I'll always do this grip. When I'm doing my chin-ups, it's a grip with my fingers faced towards me, so I get the benefit from my biceps. But for this one, I'm going to hang with my fingers facing forward, so with the backs of my hands facing me. So I'm, again, as with me always, alignment is vital, so shoulder width apart. You don't want to go wider, people do, but I don't, again, too demanding on your shoulders. So arms shoulder width apart, and then you hang on, and you just literally hang on. I usually cross over my knees and I can just hang there. And how long do you hang? As long as you can. As usual with me, that's what I say. So you can build this up from the very basic, a couple of seconds up to a minute or 2 minutes. And the longer you hang there, the stronger you get. And what's it good for? Body alignment. So your spine, everything about, so if I show you from the back, so I can just let my spine completely traction here. I can feel, and I try not to sway, so I try to keep my body as still as I can. It's still swaying a little bit. But I can feel my spine just lengthen down, and it feels really good to do that. So that's the basic move, the first one. So just hang out of your bar. Simple. And I always have it somewhere that I have to pass it. So racing out of the house in the morning, whatever, I just say, okay, I'll just hang for 10 seconds. I've got 10 seconds to spare. Why don't I have 10 seconds to spare? Going up to bed at night, I catch it out of the corner of my eye, I think, okay, all right, I give up. I'm going to hang out of that for 20 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever. And then gradually it just builds up and builds up over time. So that's the first thing you can do, really simple. No move or anything. The second one you can do is you can hang and you can twist. So lower body move. So you're twisting side to side. So what am I working here? Those of you who know your anatomy, I'm working my oblique muscles and my core. And then I can come down So that's another basic one. So if that were up higher, then I wouldn't have to cross my legs as I'm doing there, because I wouldn't have enough clearance to do it. So again, ideally I need the bar higher than that, but still you can work with what you've got, and that's currently what I've got. So the next one I can do then are what are called shoulder shrugs. So this is for building your shoulders up. Really, really simple move again. So here you are on your bar, you're hanging and you're just lifting and lifting and lifting and lifting. It's a tiny move, but it's really effective. So I can really feel that in my shoulders. So again, using your body weight, using the weight of your body as it hangs there to lift yourself up. Of course, the lighter you are, the easier this is. The heavier you are, the more demanding this is going to be. So the last one of these I'm going to do is show you how to use it to strengthen your core. And I'm going to do a very basic core move on this particular one. So again, I'm using that forward grip, and then I'm just tucking my knees to my chest. So even just taking them up to parallel, and then taking them up to parallel and dropping down. To increase that one, then of course you straighten the legs, or you bring up one leg at a time. That's really powerful core work. And that means that your back is not involved in this particular move, because most of us cheat if we do sit-ups, which I don't approve of anyway. But anyway, most people use momentum or use their backs. That's completely body movement. It's the whole weight of your lower body, and all you're using are hip flexors, of course, and your core muscles to bring you up. So I'll go through that little routine again, just very basic little routine. So the first one is, and again, remember what we're doing here. So this is my grip, and I am gripping, and I'm using my baby finger. So if your bar is narrow, and in a gym you'll often find they won't have anything as, sort of soft as that on your bar, you may be able to wrap your thumb around as well. So maybe that full grip that you'll get. So shoulder width apart, no wider, nice strong grip, and you're just hanging. And this one is all about completely letting loose. I'm letting my body actually grow heavier as I hang. So totally letting it traction my spine, and then take a break. And then the next one I do then are the little moves. So you can do all kinds of interesting moves. My bar's not high enough to do some of these now. So I'm going to hang, and I'm just going to twist. So I'm getting a lovely bit of rotation through my lower body. I'm still working on my shoulders, of course. And then I release it and I rest. So always a rest in between. You do not want to be doing these one after the other, because you're going to hurt your shoulders, and you want to introduce this stuff gradually. So the next one I did then were shoulder shrugs. So you're just lifting your shoulders. So first of all, you're taking your body weight, and then you're shrugging your shoulders. And then, of course, I heard the little click there. You want to make sure that your bar is well anchored there. But then, of course, I don't have far to fall, so it's not going to be a big deal. So the last one then I did was then working with your core. So again, same setup always with me. The setup has to be right. So nice grip on the bar, and then just going to tuck my knees into my chest. Tuck them up. And I tell you, you can feel this. And then release. Now, how many reps would I do with those? Build them up again. Start 2 or 3, because remember, it's going to be demanding on your shoulders, because it's not just core work, it's shoulder work as well. So that's it. Very, very basic introduction to your chin-up bar. And then the next day, when I have the bar in a higher position, I'll show you how we might work up into a chin-up. Well, the basics, from scratch up to the very top. That's it. That's the bar. Okay? So see you next time.